This is going to be a different type of video than I usually would make, but I think it's a video that does need to be made.
So we can do what's Hondo on the mic. From Leo's Paradise, random stream drop like a Dragon Ball fight. No lie, plan stream stacking up, but here's a twist in time. Freestyling on the deck like Luffy's punchlines. Up the channel's faceting, Zoro sword swings. Gaming pop culture, it's the chaos he brings. Talking movie reboots, superhero hype. Hondo passing the mic, now Bishop's in sight.
Cutting good screen, frame by frame, I align. Laying bass lines heavy, keep the rhythm divine. Dropping fire videos, can't keep up with the pace. Pass the mic back, Leo's leading the chase.
Off the rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Playing a knob, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
And welcome back to the lunch hour. How are all you Vitaliles doing? I hope you got yourself some food. I hope you got yourself a nice set of headphones. Hope the weather is good. Hope you find some nice little cozy spot outside to sit and listen to me jet my jaw for the next couple of hours, because we're going to have a good one. Obviously, you also have the title. How can we not talk about it? Yeah, we're going to, of course, indulge in a little bit of sadness for the first, little bit of this show. But then we're going to get all the good, happy stuff, as God intended. But first, let's see who else is here today. Let's see. Oh, I got to get that chat turned on so y'all can see. There you go. There you go. Well, I mean, what would you do without that? And, yeah, let's make sure that we got that taken care of over on this side as well. Where's that chat option? Here it is. All right, perfect. Bingo, bango, bongo. All right, where are we at? Who all we got in here today? Let's see. We got Sebrew out the gate. Sebrew, how you doing? You absolute mad lad. We got Mike Lee, the Prue Whisperers here. Hot take, Ozzy was not a good frontman. In fact, he was a singer compared to other male frontmen like Bruce Dickinson. I highly disagree. Absolutely highly disagree. Man, but when we'll get into that when we talk about Ozzy stuff. Yeah, Seabrew's right. Your opinion is certainly an opinion. Alyssa Clown Conte, how you doing? Piranha Pow is in the house. You'll love to see it. Let's see who else we got. Xavier is here. How you doing, Xavier? Abomination. AJ, my man. AJ is here. AJ, a filthy gray. AJ, Wire and Bly, and Sebrew are all filthy grays. I think that needs to be fixed by the time the stream is over. Wire and Bly, Wheels, how you doing, homie? Truly appreciated. You know what? Since it's been brought up, since it's been brought by the chat, we'll go ahead and bring it up. My boy Wyatt's Metal, my friend, one of my homies over at Saturday Night Hypnosis, and the savior of metal. Man, first of all, if you ain't subbed to him, sub. Dude doing well. He killing it. Almost 70,000 subs. Truly the savior of metal. His band is killing it. He's been to played festivals all over the world. Been doing journalism in the metal community. Like, yeah. The dude is real. And if anyone was going to do a tribute to Ozzy that I was going to watch, it was gonna be him. So yeah, what up, Soul Assassin? Appreciate you. Link. Oh, dude, you ain't subbed to my boy Wyatt. Oh, dude, no, he is a good guy. I'll absolutely send you a link. Hold on one moment. Let's yeah, I will happily drop his link in the chat. There we go. That Soul Assassin is for you, and of course anybody else. Before we get into Wyatt's video, I just want to say, Ozzy Osbourne. Man, when I first started learning guitar at 17 years old, Crazy Train was one of the very first riffs I ever learned. Just that main intro lick to Crazy Train. And then one of the very first bands I ever performed live in, the very first time I ever played live with them, first time I ever played live lead guitar for a band. One of the, if not the song we opened with, one of the songs we opened with, like one of the first few songs in the set, was "Paranoid" by Sabbath. So, yeah, no, huge Ozzy fan. I love Ozzy since, like, honestly, this is before I learned to play music. But once I learned to play music, like, my love for Ozzy went a whole nother level. So, I want to see what my boy Wyatt has to say. I want to react to his video. Then we'll give our thoughts on it, the whole nine. So, yeah, R.I.P. to Ozzy. Shout out. Let's see what he has to say.
Really don't even know what to say here for this one. As you guys are probably seeing, just 2 weeks after performing his...
Man, you two always been doing this. I go to start a stream.
final
There we
farewell
go.
concert. Ozzy Osbourne, it's being reported, has passed away. The news is just coming out. It's being going around everywhere right now. Just 1 hour ago, this post went up on Ozzy's official Instagram stating, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family and privacy at this time. Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Louie." Obviously.
Now, I don't know about any of you guys, but there is no insert celebrity here is dead, like misrepresentation, fake news media, than probably Ozzy Osbourne. Like, there's a different Ozzy is dead clickbait thing or fake news that goes around X. Again, like literally more than any other celebrity. So when I first saw this yesterday, I didn't believe it. Like, which is wild because if any celebrity you kind of should believe, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way whatsoever, but if there's any celebrity that you kind of would believe would pass, like, it would be Ozzy. Like, the fact that he made it as long as he did is a testament to that Prince of Darkness, dude. So yeah, like I had to confirm this with like 3 or 4 sources yesterday, but before actually believing this. Tommy Mike with a 10 banger says, "R.I.P. Ozzy, he will miss you. Good goddamn right he will." You know what? Oh man, I didn't upload that new clip. Oh well, that's a-okay. You know what? You'll get this one though. Absolutely, he will.
I know now that it could never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Not really befitting of the moment or anything, but I forgot that my clips and OBS are far more limited on StreamYard. I'm going to have to get that fixed. But yes, Tommy Mike, thank you so much for the 10 banger. Truly appreciate it, my man. Let's keep going.
This is a massive shock to the rock and metal world. I mean, Ozzy clearly was not in good health for a long time. That was the whole point of the farewell show. But the timing, it's just after that big show where he got to see all his friends, got to see his fans for the last time. Just really looks like he was fighting to stay alive until he could perform one last time. And God, that concert already was so powerful and had so much emotion to it, and now even more so. I don't think anyone will be able to listen to "Mama, I'm Coming Home" ever again without bawling their eyes out. Holy shit.
Actually, Wyatt, you are 100% correct. Now, you want to know how I know that you're correct? Because little behind the scenes information for you guys. Yesterday, before Tinfoil Haters, the Tuesday Night Conspiracy, though, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Yesterday, before Tinfoil Haters, me and Cinevere are sitting in the back room. Sammy joins the back room, you know, and one, like, we're all silent for a sec. And first thing Sammy says is, "So Ozzy, man, am I right?" And I was like, I was waiting for someone to bring it up first. He goes, I just, after work, I popped on Mama, I'm Coming Home. And I was like, yeah, and I don't remember if Sammy said he cried or not, but like, he lets literally these songs, like, I knew if Sammy brought up any Ozzy song, it was going to be Mama, I'm Coming Home. So yes, you were correct in spades, Wyatt.
Shit, man. This is obviously not my usual scripted, really sarcastic type of video. This is unfolding right now, and it just left me kind of speechless. Wow. I just remember all the jokes for decades that Ozzy couldn't die. It was impossible, which obviously knew wasn't true. But what a way to go out, man. We saw him struggling ever since his tours were.
So, like, when it comes to the idea of Ozzy passing away, like, you know, Wyatt saying this isn't his usual sarcastic video, and to be fair, I'm going to make limited jokes as well, not because I don't think they can be made, but because, like, again, it took me like hours yesterday to really, you know, accept it, to be like, oh shit, he's really gone. But like, for anyone that's a WWE fan, for anyone that follows pro wrestling, knows anything about pro wrestling, the biggest troll and the biggest hater in the game, the biggest troll and the biggest hater in the game, son, is Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre himself put out like a serious post about it. No vitriol, no trolling, no shit talk, no kayfabe. Just he said, I truly thought Ozzy would outlive all of us. Dude, if Drew McIntyre is out here putting out legit, real, heartfelt posts, then yeah, shit, it's that is some effect you have. Also, Yarnwich, I see that raid. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. You didn't need to, you did. Thank you so much, Yarnwich. Truly appreciate it. Sorry, I was reading some names in the chat. Chill Noirs in the house. Your favorite Black Sabbath album, Sabotage, was Dying That Hill based. Loomis, hey Loomis Diamonds, how you doing? I appreciate you. I didn't even see you were in here. All right, let's keep going.
Getting canceled because of his injuries. It was so difficult to see him announcing tours knowing that he wouldn't be able to do it because of his condition. He was always willing to in his mind, but his body just couldn't. And we all know,
dude, how many Ozfests and how many farewell tours were there? I mean, there was the No More Tours tour. Like, yeah,
what it meant to him to get on that stage again. We could see it in his eyes. He was crying during the performance. His voice was cracking while he was performing, which I thought made it even more powerful. It made it so much more human. He really held on until he could perform one last time.
I just want to say to you on behalf of the guys in Black Sabbath and myself, that your support over the years has made it all possible for us to live a lifestyle we live. Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Man, what a absolute fucking legend. Hypno said it best, dude. Hypno was like, yeah, it's true. When dudes stop working, they die. And, like, he wouldn't even try to be mean or hateful about it. Like, that's just a thing. Like, when dudes stop working, that's why you don't retire and then, like, you'll watch birds or nothing. Like, when you retire, you gotta keep yourself active. You gotta keep yourself doing stuff. Otherwise, you're literally just signing your own deathbed. So yeah, like the fact that it is not surprising in the slightest that he passed after that final show. Like homie was holding on, and that is again like a goddamn legend, a winner.
I love you. We love you.
Everyone from the rock and metal world are posting tributes to Ozzy right now. Hellfest Open Air says thank you, Prince of Darkness. Even Golden Voice says rest in peace. My Instagram feed is just full of tributes to Ozzy right now. The Addicts did a post, saddened by the passing of one of the best.
See, and this makes sense for Wyatt. He is a musician, and he is a heavy metal-oriented channel. But shit, my X feed, my Instagram feed, you know, normally it's shit, you know, like about video games and the Epstein list, is Sonic the Hedgehog, Donald Trump, but even my, you know, X and Instagram feeds were filled with nothing but Ozzy love. And then you had dipshits like Cernovich, but that's neither here nor there.
Ozzy was a great fucking bloke. Send our love and thoughts to the Osbourne family. Thanks for the support all these years. Psycho Las Vegas did a post. Legends never die. Josh Brolin did a post. Going down my Instagram, it's just going to be Ozzy posts and ads. Metallica put up an old picture of classic lineup with them and Ozzy. Gary Holt says...
Was that Ozzy with Cliff? I think so.
Peace, Ozzy.
Ozzy,
Thank
Metallica,
you for
I
the
mean.
years of life-changing music and for letting me be a part of Back to the Beginning, legend. It was an honor to play your song. Sincerest condolences to his family, friends, and bandmates. Jamie.
Yo, Cornboy for that $1.99. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
That is not the clip I thought it was, but that one works just as well. Anyway, let's keep going. Thank you so much, Cornboy.
Justice said, I can't believe we gotta live in a world without Ozzy now. I love you, Ozzy. Rest in peace. One of the greatest and most influential ever. Truly a one-of-a-kind voice. My deepest condolences to his family. Yeah, very suddenly, it is an...
Mike, dude, you don't need to apologize, dude. You have an opinion. You can totally have your own thoughts. I disagree with them. I don't know if you were catching shade in the... I don't know if you were catching shade in the comments. Yeah, by the way, the Arnwich raid, if you didn't hear, yes, absolutely, thank you. But, Mike, for one, I do think Dio was the better singer. Like between the two, I actually do think Dio had a better voice than Ozzy. Now, I like Ozzy's performing more. I like more the when it comes to the stuff done with Sabbath. I think I like the stuff with Ozzy more. I mean, it's a toss-up because I like both. So, like no shade, though. Like, when you were giving that Dio love, I don't know why you were apologizing. People can have their different opinions on singers and shit. No, it didn't come out like that at all. Bishop, how you doing? And yes, absolutely crushing to hear. But, yeah, on his own terms, 100%.
Extremely
What up, Zach?
sad day for rock and metal. This rarely happens. I think the last time I felt like this magnitude of sadness and a metal death was when Lemmy passed away. All metalheads and Ozzy fans, right?
Yeah, Dio was better, but Ozzy was unique. Dio was better technically. When it comes to their technical skill, I do think it's fair to say that Dio was better. Shit, my favorite metal vocalist of all time, and maybe my favorite vocalist of all time, period, is Dee Snider. Like Twisted Sister ain't my favorite band or whatnot, but like when it comes to like who I think has the most raw talent vocally, it's probably Dee Snider. So yeah, no, people have their own opinions on that shit. Absolutely. What up, Gen Team Maxie?
Right now, leave work, take the rest of the day off, take tomorrow off for grievances. You're totally allowed to. Adam Sandler made a post, whether we were...
Dude, why is joking? Take the day off, leave work, the whole nine. If there's people that did it, I ain't even gonna front. I remember when I was working an office job, I was actually working for the Trump administration, getting donations for the Trump administration, for the Republican Party, during 2016, when Carrie Fisher died. I left work early, dude. When Carrie Fisher died, I left work and I went home. I watched the original trilogy, like just one after another. Actually, that's not entirely true. I left work, went to the mall. Cookies. My roommate Cookies stole me a Star Wars beanie. We went to the local nerd comic shop, the local comic shop, the nerd store that had this big cutout of Carrie Fisher in the chainmail bikini. I took a picture with that cutout. Then we went home and watched the Star Wars trilogy.
In our basements with our brothers, in the woods with our buddies, in the car, at a keg party, on a boat, at football practice, at a sleepover. Nobody was more badass to crank up on our speakers than the one and only Prince of Darkness,
Based
Ozzy
Adam
Osbourne.
Sandler.
His cameo on Little Nicky always cracked me the fuck up. The official Black Sabbath page just says, Ozzy forever. That really was the most moving performance I've ever seen. I love all these pictures of Ozzy from that show just because it was so genuine. And obviously he knew it was the final time he'd go on stage. Did he know how close to the end he really was? Fucking thank.
I think he did. I'll be real. There's obviously no way to prove it or whatnot. I think he did. Like, willpower is a hell of a drug, and like I feel like Ozzy wouldn't have felt like, his business on Earth was straight up finished until this show happened. I think he knew. And, like, through sheer force of will and dedication and love for the craft and love for his friends and love for his fans and whatnot, that, yeah, he knew and he was still able to just pull this out, like, again, like a goddamn legend.
God that he made it to that show. People were worried that he would even survive long enough to perform. I can imagine that getting to perform it just meant everything to him. There had to be some level of feeling like he got there. He achieved his goal. He got to see his fans and actually say goodbye, and then he could rest now. Is there a...
It's wild. He's like, man, achieve his goal? Homie achieved so many goddamn goals. We're looking at one of the founders of an entire genre. I don't know if I've ever been in this situation before. Like, I don't know about you guys. I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died. Like, when Michael Jackson passed away, that was one of those, like, formidable moments where I remember where I was when I heard that news. But Michael Jackson didn't invent pop. Like, he was the king of pop, but he didn't invent pop. You know, like, I don't know if, and maybe there's been an instance, maybe I haven't been alive for one, but I don't know if I've ever witnessed a musician that literally invented a genre die. This might be a first, and I don't know if there's any like invented genres that I'm aware of that have musicians that still. Like, this is a very unique situation. So yeah, not only do he accomplish the goal, he accomplished every goal.
Better way to close the chapter on your life of performing, being the pioneer of heavy metal music, to end it with this massive show in your hometown with your friends, with a huge audience being shown to the entire world, getting to have that moment with everyone. And then it said that he peacefully passed away around his family. So as sad and heartbreaking as this is, like, it's kind of a perfect way to go out. That feels
For real, not only a perfect way to go out. Dude should have died in the 80s, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but like, just listen to any bands, Motley Crue, Metallica, listen to them tell their stories of hanging with Ozzy, him like snorting a line of fire ants and shit. Yeah, no, this is honestly a miracle in of itself.
like the
What up, Emily? How you doing, girly?
closing of a book. Yeah, everyone in the entire world right now is posting tributes to Ozzy, Ronnie Wood, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins, New York Times, even Gene Simmons did. Wow. I guess the last thing I'll say, just to end this video with as a tribute to the man, I got to see Ozzy live a couple of times, not too much, but I saw Ozzy solo twice and Black Sabbath twice. The first time I saw Ozzy was the Free Ozfest in 2007.
Is that why I snort hot sauce? I mean, that's probably where the inspiration comes from, and I didn't even really think about it. But yeah, shit like that, like that's, again, Ozzy done some wild shit.
Amazing experience. The next time I saw Ozzy was on Black Sabbath's farewell tour in 2016 at Hellfest. That was an unbelievable show. I remember being blown away. All day it was epic bands, and to see classic Sabbath playing all those riffs was so awesome. Got to see Sabbath again on that tour, and then the last time I saw Ozzy live was the New Year's Eve Ozfest at the Forum in LA from 2018 to 2019, and that ended up being Ozzy's last full headline performance. I mean, a full entire headlining set with everything.
I never saw Ozzy live, unfortunately, but I do have a real interesting Ozfest story. So when the very first Ozfest happened, my dad went and saw him live, and one of the opening acts, because Ozfest as a festival had dozens of bands, right? Dozens of bands. And they would give out these free promo CDs that had like one song per opening act and shit like that. And one of the last bands on that CD, on that Ozfest promo CD, was a band called Hybrid Theory. And if that name rings a bell, it's because you'll know that as the first album by Linkin Park. But when all reality, Linkin Park's name before they were Linkin Park was Hybrid Theory, before they got threatened to be sued by another band for stealing the same name. And that's why Linkin Park changed their name to Linkin Park, but kept the album name Hybrid Theory. So because of Ozfest, a young little Leon was listening to Linkin Park before they were Linkin Park, like listening to them as Hybrid Theory, because when they performed at the first Ozfest, that's still the name they were under on that promo CD.
All the songs. He was supposed to go on tours after that, but COVID happened, his injury happened, and then he never got to again. But at that show, he was incredible. I remember being so impressed that after...
Oh, dude, I talk to Nick Weiser all the time. Nick Weiser's my boy. He's been on the channel multiple times. He and I hung out in Vegas, and not much because he was a super busy dude. But yeah, dude, Nick Weiser's my boy.
Midnight New Year's, Ozzy is running around on stage, getting the people riled up, screaming and performing, sounding great. He went even longer than I did. It was such a long day, I couldn't even make it to the end of Ozzy's set. Obviously, knowing what I know now, I would have stayed the last 3 songs or however many was left, but I am just happy to say that Ozzy's last full headline set, he absolutely crushed it. And then to officially go out with the Back to the Beginning performance, him singing Mamma I'm Coming Home was so much more powerful then, and it's going to be even more powerful now rewatching it. I was already crying when I would watch the video. How can I watch it again? And I was thinking about this the other day, and now it comes up again because of his passing, that Ozzy's last lyrics that he ever sang on stage was the ending to Paranoid, since that was the last song Sabbath played. His very last line Ozzy ever sang on stage was, "I tell you to enjoy life. I wish I could, but it's too late."
Man, it absolutely was not too late, and this motherfucker definitely enjoyed life.
And then ending.
175 million. I did not know that. He raised 175 million for Parkinson's that night. That is wild.
With that, just God, I don't know what else to say. I just wanted to share my thanks of Ozzy and his incredible life and legacy. I believe very much in honoring legends, heroes, people who pass away. So how about to wrap this up, people watching this, share your favorite experiences with Ozzy in the comments below, whether it was something in person or just one of your favorite stories of him and throughout his legacy. Yeah, post those in the comments, and let's have a bit of a celebration of his life as much as we can.
Facts, timescales.
So, yeah, with that, thank you, Ozzy. And in your name, everyone, go be metal.
I don't know what to say, man. I've been laid up for like fucking 6 years. And it's so, you've got no idea how I feel. Man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
What absolute legend. So yeah, by the way, make sure you here we go. I dropped Wyatt's channel. I'll drop it again. I'll drop this video in the chat. Make sure you sub to my boy Wyatt. He a good dude. I think I might have one more Ozzy thing to drop. Give me one moment here. I'll make sure I bookmarked it because again, one of the things that I love is is WWE. Me and Paul Byersmith always be watching pay-per-views together and shit like that. Did I save it? Damn, it doesn't look like I did. WWE dropped a list of all their favorite Ozzy moments. I thought I had it saved. I guess I didn't. Damn, I am dumb. Yup. Oh well, mistakes were made. I definitely should have bookmarked that. Anyway, that is oh whoops, forgot to send. There we go. There's the link to Wyatt's video. Give it a like, give it a watch. It's a great video. His numbers on it are absolutely wild. Yeah, like hold on, let me refresh this here.
Really don't even know.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, dude doing 31,000 views in under a day. Wyatt is a great channel. So yeah, Ozzy, absolute legend. Mad props, mad shout outs. Let's get on to some better news. Let's get into some, let's clown on some muffos. Let's clown some motherfuckers. I saw this video here. Yes, he and Black Sabbath created metal, 100%. I've not watched this. I actually haven't watched Clownfish TV in a long time, just because now doing content creation myself, I just watch other streamers and viewers in our sphere, Hypno, Wyatt, Will, folk like that. But I'm curious, Blue Sky and Massive Freefall, Reddit most affected. I'm very curious to see what the story behind this is. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this.
Hey, guys.
Fucking YouTube, I swear. Always pulling this shit. There we go.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And to the surprise of no one, Blue Sky is in decline.
No. Shocker, I tell you.
I know, right? Yeah, Blue Sky has been declining, I believe, since the election. We had a lot of people.
Blue Sky has been in decline since inception. You had a bunch of freaks run over there that thought that was going to be, like, they truly thought it would be the next big thing. They truly thought that with everyone's going to be over there and talking all the time, and it was going to be the next X, and they thought their engagement was going to be insane, and they thought, and then they realized they were not getting engagement except by other people in their circle. It was boring. Everyone was saying the same shit that you hear all the time on X by these losers. Oh, well, I'm leaving X. I'm going to Blue Sky. And they're back 2 weeks later. Like, yeah, Blue Sky has been in decline, like, ever since the inception of Blue Sky.
Leave X for Blue Sky, and then they got over there and they realized that the platform is batshit crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how left you are, you're not left enough.
You're not left enough. The only people that seem to find any footing over there, from what I can gather, are people.
I'm not surprised by that at all, Emily. I didn't see that. The only thing I saw was a clip of Hassan talking shit on Sharon Osbourne, but it's Hassan, and he's, an anti-Semite, so what a shock.
People who are far left, or at least left-leaning, and even then, like you said, sometimes you're not left-leaning enough, you're not far left enough. A lot of journalists going over there.
Love it.
Pew Research here, we'll talk about this. They said that many news influencers are going over there because they're trying to replicate Twitter circa 2017 when they had all the power, central.
Blue Sky has gone on with many news influencers, but X remains popular. I think I could be wrong on this. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if this is correct. What up, Gooch? How you doing? I don't know if this is correct, but I pretty sure I read that the only time Blue Sky was number 1 on the download charts was the week it released. Like, Blue Sky was number 1 the week it released, and maybe not even the full week, mind you, just the week of its release. And then ever since then, it has not topped the chart again, whereas X and Grok have consistently been at the top for like a couple of years, ever since the Elon takeover.
Oh, you mean left-leaning news influencers? 'Cause if you're right-leaning on there, and if people know it, they automatically block you or try to remove you from Blue Sky anyway.
Yeah, JD Vance.
I've never used Truth Social Dempsey, but I don't doubt that in the slightest.
Signed up, and he was mass reported more than any other account, I guess, within the first 8 minutes. And they actually booted him, and then they left him back on the platform.
So when they say...
Yeah, they booted him. They booted the vice president of the United States within 30 minutes of him creating an account.
News outlets, I mean the ones that they agree with.
Right. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about some other insanity here with Blue Sky. We'll talk about Fandom Pulse actually put an article up you pointed out to me today.
Yeah, nobody cares. Fandom Pulse is trash. Sorry, Neon, Geeky. I like y'all, but Phantom Pulse is fucking trash. So I can't trust anything they're saying.
That we've got people on Blue Sky that are going to Gen Con and World Con, and they're telling people they need to mask up and
yes, or get vaccines and
get vaccinated, like it's 2020 all over again.
Are we surprised, given all the trouble that's been around these things lately and the demands being made about AI and everything else? Are we surprised?
I'll be real. This ain't even a Blue Sky thing. I would not be surprised at all. It would. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I could 100% believe that Gen Con is saying, yeah, you need to wear masks and be vaccinated. Gen Con has become a shadow of his former self. What a crooked cesspool of losers and fake tabletop gamers, bro.
No, not at all. I mean, this is where those people that are, frankly, a relic of another time, that's where they're going. It's kind of like being in a hippie commune in 1986.
I just read everyone who's getting vaccinated in preparation for WorldCon is someone who cares about their fellow fans. You're less likely to contract the illness, less likely to spread the illness, less likely to suffer severe illness. Bro. But we in 2025. When's the last time you heard someone, even on the left, unironically mention COVID? I can honestly say it's been ages. To see unofficial Hugo Book Club, I don't even know what that is, but fuck that book. Fuck that book club. I don't even know shit about that book. Maybe they're authors super based or whatnot. I don't know. But they're unironically mentioning COVID over halfway through 2025. Yeah, fuck these guys.
People are gonna be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" The hippie thing is over. It's over. But let's
Facts,
talk about
Dempsey.
this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Go out to news.clownfishtv.com. You can sign up for notifications. You can check out our podcast, $5 a month. You can help support the channel and get some bonus content you will not get over here on YouTube.
Absolutely
Just
on
a
Pure
new,
Blood.
Podcast episode up today. Check it out. So yeah, this is coming from Reddit. So you got Reddit saying Blue Sky is in decline.
Well, Blue Sky is kind of their competition too, so.
Yeah, well, yeah. But this is actually...
You know what? Even that's not true. Blue Sky isn't Reddit's competition. And I can't believe I'm about to say something positive about Reddit. But you can still actually find interesting shit on Reddit. Like, I don't use Reddit. However, what I do is, as I watch those YouTube videos, they're like, top 10 horror stories found on Reddit, or 5 creepy encounters from Reddit users. Like, Reddit at least still has a sense, even if it's an absolute cesspool as well, Reddit still has a sense of community. There's kind of still a sense of discovery. Like, there have been internet sleuths on Reddit that have solved crimes that even cops couldn't solve. So I wouldn't even say that Blue Sky and Reddit are in competition, because even Reddit is like more legitimate and authentic than Blue Sky. And that's saying some shit.
Actually, the Blue Sky subreddit, and they're like, why is it in decline? So you can see
I can tell you why it's in decline. It's in decline because you got all these people come over there, but if they have any opinion that's even slightly right of your opinion, you are chasing them off. So you guys have got the reputation for being like the far left social media platform, but even more ridiculous than X. So good job on that one.
So this is coming from, let's see what this website is, bluefacts.app. All right.
So if their goal was to make a new X, they found a way to outdo themselves.
Oh my God, this is pretty bad. Okay, so last month, daily users down 7%.
Dude, okay, daily users 7%, daily posters down almost 6%, daily posts are down 4%. Are they up? They're not up in any metric at all. And by the way, these are just within the last 4 weeks. I bet if you were to extrapolate this beyond the last 8 weeks, 16 weeks, 24 weeks, you continue to see this downward trend. I do not know, like, the only time I bet there's been an upswing was on Election Day and on Inauguration Day. I bet those are the only weeks that you will see an uptick in their traffic. I would love to see this data extrapolate out further.
Daily posters down 5%. Daily likes down 10%. Everything's red. Look at this. Look at since March.
Here it is.
March.
There, see, I said let's go back, 12, 16. Okay, here it is. Back March. That's 4 months ago. Bro, they are down. Like, there has not been a single moment of growth. Like, you've got some peaks and whatnot, but even this peak here in what looks to be early April doesn't match their high point from March. That is wild. What happened in early April to make that happen, I wonder?
2.4 million users, and now we're down to 1.4.
Dude, I would love if this peak, I know it's not because you can see the date here doesn't quite line up with the first, but I kind of would have loved if this peak was for April 1st. It was just a bunch of fucking like conservatives over there doing an April Fool's shit or something.
I think it's a matter of, too, that they were basing on the election. They were trying to say they were alternative, but they were also paying heavily to promote it. Because you get to see all the journalists cover it, and it was being everywhere. And out of sight, out of mind. People aren't seeing it. They're not going back to it because it's not habit like X is.
Bro, daily posters on Blue Sky. Just over 500,000. That's it. Daily posters on Blue Sky, just over 500,000. Hold on. I'm curious. What are the daily posters on X? I wonder if I can find that easily. And we'll just use Google. Daily posters on X. Let's see. Come on. Do your thing, AI. I want to know the number. X statistics. Let's try that. Didn't give me a number with just a quick cursory glance. 500 million posts published every single day, which translates to almost 6,000 posts per second. Roughly 350,000 posts every minute, reaching an estimated 200 billion posts annually. So yeah, I don't know what the actual breakdown is, but I can good goddamn guarantee you, just looking at these numbers here, 500 million posts published every single day. Then you go over here, bro, they looking at 674,000. It's not, now this is daily posters, not posts, because one poster, you can post multiple times. But even so, that is insane, the fall off. What up, Golden Apples and Revalkyrie? How you doing?
Well, that's just it. I mean, X. Yeah,
okay.
Twitter
Thank
has
you,
been
Dempsey.
around
That's what the
for
uptick is
a very
for.
long time. I think it was like 2000.
I still hate that it's called X. It's
I
Twitter to
know,
me.
It's always going to be Twitter. Sorry.
Nah, it's
But
X.
dead
I'll
name
dead
it.
name. It's X.
Twitter.
I keep dead naming it. But yeah, I mean, this is a drastic drop off. And I think, too, I mean, nobody's talking about threads. Actually, most people, normies, if they're going to use a micro-blogging platform, that's what technically these are, is a micro-blogging platform.
I was actually on Threads this morning before going live. Not by choice, but because there was this thing going around where Pedro Pascal had been saying like Elastigirl could beat him and he wouldn't want to fight her. And I was trying to fact check it, and the fact check of all places came from Threads. I think it was my very first time on Threads ever.
Most of the normies are using Threads because it's already connected to Facebook and Instagram.
Base, Gin Team Maxi.
And it does the same thing. And
Right.
there are some crazy people there, but not as many as
Not like
Blue
here.
Sky.
But I mean, Blue Sky, they tout themselves as the alternative, and the problem is that everybody went over there, and just like we saw with things before, like Tumblr and all that, it brings over all the crazies. And no matter what you do, if you say the wrong thing, they're going to dogpile you and chase you off because that's their platform.
That literally happens daily, dude. I've seen so many hilarious screenshots on X of people on like Blue Sky not being left enough. And so they come back to X, but then they hate X because X is too right-wing, according to them. Despite the fact that studies show that it's actually like, if I believe it was a 51-49 split, 51% on X are actually identifying as left-wing. So you technically do still have more people that at least identify as being on the left on X, but they won't acknowledge that.
Form now, bitches.
Yeah, that's basically it. They wanted to recreate Twitter 2017, and they did that. And
They outdid themselves.
yeah,
245 million daily active users. But an active user might not mean that they are posting. Cornboy, and that's where I wish we had better numbers for X. Like, and if you can find them, by all means, let me know. But like, you could be a daily active user, and you could just like stuff. You could bookmark stuff. You could share stuff. So like, in terms of actually posting, like I want to compare post for post.
people are just like, yeah, we're not having it. So let's see what they say here. They said, this come from Reddit. Again, they said, because of this, let's try to understand why people are leaving and they're not coming back, why they post, like, and follow less. They're probably afraid to post, like, and follow the wrong accounts. Mm-hmm. This person says, are we still doing this? How many Blue Sky is dying articles do we need? Well, it's not an article. It's hard data, dude.
Yeah, but they've been trying to do how many articles do we need? How many articles do we need? The Blue Sky was the right, but we have here Blue Sky's a new thing. Blue Sky's a new thing. Blue Sky's a new thing. How many articles do we need of that too? Yeah,
I mean, Geeky Sparkles is right. Geeky Sparkles is 100% correct. They were pushing Blue Sky so hard for a while. Oh, to be fair, I do think the mainstream media gave up on trying to push Blue Sky. Like, they ain't getting traction. They're not getting reposts over there. They're not getting follows. They're not pushing subscriptions. They're not getting their message out. They're not finding, like, the journalists that post on Blue Sky aren't finding new readers, new viewers, because it's all their own echo chamber. So, like, we actually do need more Blue Sky is dying articles, just because it's factually accurate. Like, again, look at that number in March. Look at that. Blue Sky was dying in, Blue Sky was dying in March, and then we saw that downward graph in July. They're even more dying now. Like, I'm gonna be real, dude. Back to the Ozzy Osbourne stuff. Ozzy Osbourne more alive than Blue Sky right now. Let's keep it real. Ozzy Osbourne more alive than Blue Sky right now. And for those of you that didn't know or came in late, Ozzy Osbourne kind of fucking dead. So yeah, we do need more Blue Sky dying articles because it keeps getting worse.
there were still bunches. You were fine with that.
But they're in denial because its quest to build a non-toxic social media platform doesn't
Oh,
align
it's
with how
toxic as hell.
people use social media.
It's way more toxic than X even is right now.
Yeah, X is too. I mean, I would say of the two, I would say X is the lesser of two
Oh, it's
evils.
far lesser of two evils.
For sure. But
I don't know about you guys. I use X daily, and to be fair, half of that is because I stream, and that's where just the best information comes from. Like just the best flow of information comes from X. It's got the most variety. It's got the most differentiating opinions. I don't find X to be all that toxic. I get you've got like a lot of idiots on there saying ridiculous shit, but I've actually found many a fruitful conversation on X. I've met many cool people on X. I found plenty of good articles and things to talk with you guys about on stream and videos on X. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't take the internet all that seriously, so I don't find X to be all that toxic. But that's just me. Grok estimates just X has around 240 to 300,000 million daily active users, holding 10% of users responsible for 92% of the posts, meaning 24 to 30 million users post. That's still 24 to 30 million users post daily, and Blue Sky was not even a million. It was barely over 500,000. Bro, that means, if I'm doing my math right off the top of my head, that means the X is 48 to 60 times larger than Blue Sky. Like, X is 48 to 64 times more active than Blue Sky. That's insane. Heard about the new Hellraiser? I think that might be on the docket to react to today. If not today, it'll be tomorrow, because it is in the reaction channel. If we can get to today, we'll be doing it, because I've heard about it, but I've not seen anything from it.
people don't use social media to be social. They use it to be antisocial and to own their adversaries, and that's the problem. And when you've got a platform like Blue Sky, again, I want to reiterate, because I was invited early on when most people didn't even know about it. Everybody was going to Mastodon, and I joined Blue Sky. I didn't post anything. But
Mastodon, I forgot all about that, dude.
Itself, the idea behind it is great. Like you can curate your feed and all that. The problem is that we had so many people come.
See, but you can do that on X. Like, you can curate your feed on X. I don't get... Now, maybe it's because I've never used Blue Sky, so I don't know if they've got some interesting tool that X doesn't have, but I'm pretty sure that Blue Sky uses the same... uses the same infrastructure as X does. So I don't know, like, what this whole thing... Oh, you can curate your posts. So, first of all the posts are the same because it's all part of the same, ideological bubble. But even if all posts weren't the same... You can curate your shit on X. I don't. I do in terms of like how the algorithm automatically curates it for me based on what I like and follow and stuff. But I never use the following tab on X ever. I only use the For You tab because the For You tab is where I think all the interesting shit happens.
In from X that were politically pickled, as you would say, that had a certain political leaning that they basically just tainted the entire platform. And that's all it is now, is politics.
They chased everybody else off.
See, X is not only politics. I see so much interesting like, if all you're getting on your X feed is politics, that's because that's what you kind of trained the algorithm to feed you. Now, don't get me wrong, I get a lot of politics on X. I do. But like I was saying, yesterday was all about Ozzy. I saw some interesting WWE stuff this morning. I see all sorts of cool fan art and shit like that. Stuff about gaming. Like, my X feed is very political, but actually, and I was talking about this on New Black Street on Monday night, my X feed doesn't cover a lot of the sort of stuff that I cover, like, on my channel. Sometimes it can be difficult to find topics because, like, I don't interact with a lot of culture war stuff on X because, like, I already do that for all my videos. I already do that on all the live streams. I don't really want to deal with that when on X, because when I'm on X, like, most of the time it's just to shit post and have fun. And then occasionally I'll run across, like, something good to... And we've got stuff to bring up, like, from X in this live stream. So, like, don't get me wrong, I do get that stuff. But I've curated my algorithm to be what I want it to be. Sonic the Hedgehog fan art. The good kind. The safer work fucking kind. Don't y'all be out there thinking shit. But Sonic the Hedgehog fan art, stuff about video games. Again, like, I intentionally skipped over the Hellraiser trailer on X because I want to react to it on stream, so I didn't want to see it, even though I know that it does exist. Again, WWE stuff. Rhea Ripley was posting some nonsense this morning. Like, I don't know. This mentality that X is only about politics, if you're getting only politics in your feed, that's because that's what you've curated your algorithm to do. You brought it on yourself.
Doesn't agree with them 100%.
Yeah. This person's like, hey, look, it's today's concern troll post. Well, I don't know. The numbers are. So why is it when you bring up legitimate concerns and you say, hey, the numbers are down? It's just like anything. Like we talked about, hey, look, Disney's not doing as well. Oh, look, this cartoon show is getting canceled. Oh, look, what's going on here that people aren't doing this, that, or whatever. You're just the bigot and a homophobe, and you're just the concern troll. It's like, no, we're looking at data. We're looking at numbers. And we're like, why are the numbers going down?
Well, the comment, like calling people trolling for you pointing out the obvious, that right there, that just shows you these are the people that stick their fingers in the ears and go la 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 la, 'cause they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, pretty much. They want to hear that things are going to go back to 2017, and
they can stay over there and keep lying to themselves as the numbers go down. I'm fine.
I mean, they can stay over there and keep lying to themselves until the platform is eventually shuttered because, like, I could be wrong. But are there advertisers that actually take Blue Sky seriously? Like, is Coca-Cola out there putting millions upon millions of dollars into advertising on Blue Sky? Because they were X, and they pulled out, and guess what? They came crawling back to X. So all those advertisers that pulled out of X came crawling back. Clearly, they weren't getting return on investment in Blue Sky. And once all them advertisers dry up, the app going to shutter because they ain't going to keep paying to have those servers up.
With it, as long as they're containing themselves over there and none of us have to deal with them, it's a win. Sure, it's doing great, wink. Go over there, there's lots of people. It's not in decline at all, wink wink. Please stay there, wink wink wink, because no one wants you over here.
Well, here, this person here,
37 likes, but 42 of y'all watching. You better get that shit up, son.
Quoting somebody else, being toxic because someone criticizes Blue Sky doesn't help. Blue Sky has a lot of room for improvement. And they said a lot of folks here see Blue Sky as a righteous fight against Twitter directly. So suggesting Blue Sky isn't perfect is taken as a personal affront to them. But the numbers are right in front of our faces. People are using Blue Sky less and less because it doesn't have enough of what they want. Hell, AOC is the #1 followed person on the app, and she's posted 4 times in the last 2 weeks.
Damn. AOC is posted to Blue Sky 4 times in 2. I wonder how much she's posted on X. Hold on. Well, let's find out how much she's posted on X. All right. Whoops. There we go. Alexandria. Ocasio. Is she not on it? Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. So, all right. Alexandria. There we go. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's see. Posted this on July 22nd, so yesterday. She reposted this on the 21st. Posted this on the reposted this on the 22nd. Wait. Oh, sorry. She reposted this. All right. So repost. So just in the last 2 days, she's reposted reposted 3 things. This one is her. So posted 4. Let's go vote JGR. By the way, guys, don't vote JGR. Oh my God, she got her Blue Sky shit right here in the bio. That's amazing. Oh, let's see. Posted this on July 21st. Like, Ocasio-Cortez is on X, or more likely paying someone to post for her on X all the time. She's posted to Blue Sky 4 times. To be fair, she may not be the one who's posted. That's why I said more likely someone to pay. That's what I said. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you. I've got the delay turned down as minimally as it can. But yeah, like she's doing what most politicians do. Had someone else post for her. But the fact of the matter is, she ain't paying that. Even if it is someone that's not her, if she is the most followed account on Blue Sky, that intern or whoever it is that she's paying ain't posting this shit to Blue Sky. Only posting it to X.
But I'm sure she's tweeting up a storm over on X.
Of course, she's the #1 most followed person on there. I wonder what bullshit she's spinning over there. Anyway.
But Mark Hamill's like, he's on.
All right, okay, so this is this is X, right? Yeah, this is Blue Sky. There's no Grok or anything. So, because this is what people want, like fat Donald Trump in his Superman outfit, pedo man, burgers, lies, and America's destruction. That's, dude, is that 11.2 thousand likes? I see 3-second videos of cats that do better on X, dude, from rando accounts that have like 500 followers. Like, you could have a post blow up on X, you could be a nobody. Like, I'm a nobody on X, right? And to be fair, I'm a nobody on YouTube as well. But I'm even more of a nobody on X. I don't even think I have 2,000 followers on X, right? I've got like 1,600 or 1,900 or something. And I've had posts blow up, get hundreds of thousands. I don't think I've cracked 1 million yet. Maybe I have on a single post, maybe once. But like, point is, super small folks like me can just like accidentally hit a banger tweet and it blow the fuck up. You do not see that level of engagement or that level of just natural growth on Blue Sky.
Both, but I've noticed that he's not posting as much over here as he used to. He was trying to use
Killer
this
Games
as
Cast.
replacement for Twitter,
I was
and then
hoping
he eventually
wasn't coming back to Twitter, but here we are.
but he went back to, oh my God, JD Vance is trending again. NASA's super, oh God. Yeah, they tried to get him banned, but it's all I think his hottest political takes he's putting on Blue Sky because he knows it's safe.
Probably.
But this is the same guy.
That would be hilarious if that's what's happening. Mark Hamill has decided to forego politics on X, but it's still... Dude, you do know there's all sorts of spoof accounts on Blue Sky that just repost that shit to X, right? So even if Mark Hamill did think, I'll just save my spicy political tweets for Blue Sky, bro, that shit's still gonna end up on X, you dumb fuck.
And you were in a Christian movie.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, he got dogpiled over there because he's in the King of Kings.
Right.
And they were like, Mark, how could you do this? I thought you were an ally. You're doing the bigoted Christian movie. What's wrong with you? It's like, oh, my God. No pun intended. But, like, these are the kinds of people that are living on Blue Sky right now. And this comes from Fandom Pulse. And you sent this over. But, yeah, it's so weird. I mean,
Fandom Pulse, but using AI to write articles. That's allegedly, but yeah, the owners of Fandom Pulse, he who shall not be named, Douche Canoe, John Della Rose, whoopsie, openly talking about using AI to write his novels. If he's using AI to write his novels, why wouldn't he be using it for his dumbass articles on his failing website?
Want things to go back to how they were 5 years ago.
What up, Sue?
'Cause they have
Q?
control.
How do we pronounce
They
that?
can
How you
control
doing?
people through fear, and they have more control over people.
So apparently, and I've only
Yeah, John Della
vaguely,
Furry.
been made aware of it. Apparently, there's another strain of COVID going around because it's here forever, guys. Like, COVID's not going anywhere.
What up, Sleepy Nova?
It's the new flu. It's
I see a lot of y'all filthy grays in the chat. Y'all make sure you can become members and whatnot. Get that green up in there, son.
It's going to be here forever. It's going to keep mutating. It's whatever. And eventually we'll build up, as much immunity to it as we can. But they're already trying to get people to mask up and vaccinate like it's 2020. And I remember this was a litmus test for people for conventions. You could tell the political leanings of the people running the convention by their mask and vax mandates. And they would do it even after the mandates had been lifted.
God, there was years they were still making people for some of these anime con type stuff.
Oh yeah, and they were doing it because they wanted to weed out.
See, this has to be a big city thing because I go to cons, probably 2 or 3 a year. I try to do 2 or 3 a year. In fact, if y'all want to see me do some IRL stuff at cons, we can start funding that the way New Blackstreet does. That'd be pretty sick. Do like a month-long drive, send me to a con or something like that. But like, I've been going to cons like ever since 2022. That shit stopped around where I'm at. Like, I usually go to cons in like about an 8-state radius, anywhere from something local that's a 20-minute drive. I'll drive up to about 4 to 6 hours for a con. If I need to fly somewhere, I will. I haven't flown for a con in a long, long time. But, like, I haven't ran into this shit in 3 years or more. Like, it legitimately not ran into this shit in 3 years or more in terms of, like, being told to mask up or social distance or anything like that. It's been 3.5 years at least.
The undesirables. Oh, you're not vaccinated? Oh, you won't wear a mask? We don't want you at our con, even though it's 2023. We don't want you here. And it was so weird. And I remember I wrote a blog post about it. I'm like, the only reason anybody is doing this now, because it's not actually a mandate, the only reason anyone is doing this right now is to try to weed out people.
That's exactly correct, Neon. That's exactly correct. They want to get rid of the undesirables
here. And a lot of these conventions went out anyway. But yeah, this is coming from an unofficial Hugo book.
Man, I've never been to Comic-Con San Diego, Killer Games Cast. I've never been to California. I got no desire to go to California. Like growing up watching G4 and shit, and they would always do their week-long San Diego Comic-Con coverage. I wanted to go to Comic-Con so bad growing up. Like, that's the mecca. That's if I could someday make it to the Comic-Con. Now Comic-Con is actually a branded event. It's a traveling event. So I've been to I've been to other Comic Cons. I've been to Oklahoma Comic Con. I've been to Arkansas Comic Con. I've been to let's see, I think I've been to Louisiana Comic Con, Missouri Comic Con. Like, and these are all the official Comic Con branded events. I've just never been to their biggest event, their yearly San Diego Comic Con. But now, dude, I haven't wanted to visit that shit in fucking years. How do I feel about Gen Con? Dude, Gen Con used to be great. Now Gen Con, so that's how this video started, was they were talking about Gen Con's got people asking you to mask up and stuff. Dude, Gen Con a fucking cesspool, which is sad because Gen Con used to be amazing.
Club blog. Everyone who's
Damn right,
getting
Soul
vaccinated
Assassin.
in preparation for Worldcon is someone who cares about their fellow fans. You're less likely to contract the illness, less likely to spread the illness, less likely to suffer severe illness. This person here, as our Worldcon trip approaches, I found my anxiety creeping back, which is interesting because I had a very good handle on it. I had the same issue with our road trip last year. The catastrophizing intensifies. Doctor gave me Ativan for the flights because, oh my God, because they're...
I don't know what Ativan is. I'm going to assume it's some sort of anti-anxiety medication or something like that. But, like, bro... Dude, the con scene, like, this is why I quit being part of the cosplay scene. I still cosplay when I go to cons, but, like, because I used to be part of a cosplay group. Like, that was the very first time I was invited to a con as a guest, as opposed to and the only time I've been invited to a con as a guest, if I recall, was as a featured cosplay guest. Because I used to be real, big into the cosplay community and whatnot. It is such a fucking cesspool now. Like, I still like cosplaying. I do it at cons, but it's just me and my buddies will cosplay and go. I don't talk to other cosplayers or nothing, dude.
Afraid of the...
Honestly, if you're going to get it,
Jamma.
you're not going to get on the stupid flight.
That's where we got COVID the first time. Yeah, it was like we were
at Disney. We
Gotcha,
got on
thank
the
you,
flight.
Prop
got
out.
on the flight. And I knew because they, right before we got on the plane, they had some medical people go in and they were like escorting this family off the plane like quickly. I'm like, I bet they have COVID. I bet they do.
Bro, read this homo ass shit. And here's the dealio. This isn't even, like, this isn't for clout or virtue signaling because it's on Blue Sky. Like, this is just how these people's minds actually work. Hi, folks. Head to Worldcon or Gen Con or any other convention. Please, for the love of God, wear a mask the whole time. Don't take it off for selfies or food in the convention center. The summer surge of COVID's already violent. Measles is doing her thing. Well, I'm glad you gave the deadly virus female pronouns because that actually does check out. God knows what else is out there. Oh my God. When was the last time you were told to mask up for fucking measles? But again, this is not this isn't for any sort of social credit. This isn't for a virtue signal. This is just how this person thinks being on fucking Blue Sky.
They're going to recirculate that air. I bet. I told you, I said, we're going to go to Florida. We're going to come back with COVID. We drove to Florida. We didn't get COVID. We got on that plane. We got COVID.
Dude, went to Vegas a few months ago, as y'all know, for the big meetup and whatnot. And I was fine. Got thrown into a pool. It's kind of cold. But that's about it. No fucking COVID.
Which was weird.
Yes, Dempsey, it would. You were correct.
Anyway, this person here says, hey, folks, headed to Worldcon or Gen Con or any other convention, please, for the love of God, wear a mask the whole time. Don't take it off for selfies or food in the convention center. The summer surge of COVID's already...
I'm not sure who Legal Eagle is, Genty Maxi, but that does sound fun. I like the sentiment.
Pretty violent. Measles is doing her thing, and God knows what else is out there.
Facts, Soul Assassin, facts. I live in the Midwest. We didn't mask up either.
Measles. Well, I meant measles, but and meanwhile, there's all this stuff coming out about the vaccines they mandated and all the health problems people have from it. If you want to wear a mask, look, here's where I'm at. If someone wants to wear a mask, that's their business. They're allowed to wear a mask.
I don't care.
That makes them feel better.
Yeah, if you want to wear a mask, you're allowed to be a socially fucking retarded idiot. Absolutely. Like, please display your mental illness for the world to see. I'm on board with that.
I don't care. Sometimes people wear a mask because they
legal mindset.
Don't
Okay.
want to spread it to you. Whether or not it works effectively or not, that's up for debate. But they're just a lot of times people are just doing it because they don't want to make use.
Y'all want to know where I wear a mask? I went to Detroit in the winter of 2021. I believe it was February 2021. I went to Detroit, Michigan. That shit was cold as fuck. Like, my dumb ass going to Michigan in February was some dumbass shit, bro. Maybe it was even January. Either way, so yeah, I wore a mask. Why? Because that shit kept my face warm. Wasn't for no COVID restrictions or nothing like that. It was because it was cold as shit there, and the mask kept my face warm.
Sick. But if they want to wear the mask and walk around like that, more power to them. I don't judge you like that. Now, if they're going up to you and demanding it of you and telling you, get in your face, that's different. You can't demand everybody else do it. But you are more, if you believe it, it's going to protect you, that it's going to be the shield of invulnerability, then by all means wear it. But it's probably not. And you can't demand everybody else has to do it just because you want them to.
Well, she's demanding everybody else has to do it. She goes on.
No.
Of course, it's a thread. It's not just one tweet. We can't just tweet once. We have to have a whole damn thread. And they'll be like, thread incoming. It's like, okay,
Going as Captain Spaulding on Halloween, Dempsey, that's a dope ass costume. You can pull that off hella easy, dude.
Ray lost me. All right, you'll be tempted by your fellow con-goers' complacency, but that is exactly why you must, in all caps, keep that N95 on your face. Oh, my God. Every year, summer and winter take people by surprise. It's not a surprise. Those times are when travel is at a high. Well, then don't travel, I guess. You're going to scoff.
Yeah, trust me, Anna Holmes, your family don't want to see you. Your family don't want to see you. You a fucking nutbag. Like Christmas rolls around and they are begging you have COVID just so you stay the fuck at home. I'm not going to go so far as to think that they want you to die. But they definitely hope that maybe you get long COVID and you ain't around for the cookout when summer rolls around either.
Say, oh, it's Indiana. I bet they have a ton of cases. It does not matter. You and everyone and their dog will have come from all over the world dragging whatever along with you. Someone will get unlucky. Your job is trying to keep it from being you.
No, it's not. And no one's stopping this person from wearing a mask. If they want to wear a mask, cool.
That's fine.
Yo, build that immune system, folks. I eat shit out the floor. Like, homie drops food on the floor. You guess what I do? I pick that shit up. I make sure there's no hair on it or nothing, and I eat that shit. Build that immune system.
I just don't understand. If you want to wear it, respect that you want to wear it, but don't demand everybody else has to do what you want them to do.
And realize anytime you go to a public event, there is a chance you're going to get sick. We used to call it con crud, and now it's all COVID. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it is COVID, but
I think a lot of it too is the reason you don't get sick as much is because you're not touching your mouth or you're not rubbing your eyes. Because you have the mask. It reminds you not to do some things. So I think it probably is effective in some other ways, not necessarily because I think people can get right through it personally, but it could be effective in other ways. And they did see a decline in like the flu and other things. People wearing the mask all the time. Just wash it.
No. They didn't see a decline in the flu. There was a reported decline in the flu because they were just calling everything fucking COVID.
Your hands really good and be aware that not to touch your face. Because if you're touching things and you're eating or touching your mouth or whatever, you're going to make yourself sick anyway.
I know.
Now if you got a good immune system, eat shit out the floor, people.
The point of this isn't to debate mask versus not, but just saying like these people, this is what you're going to find. Yeah, you're going to find these people on Blue Sky. They'd be laughed out of the room on X, but Twitter 2020 is very much alive over on Blue Sky, and I think a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be have the scolds. And we've had multiple articles, left-wing people being like, Blue Sky is full of woke scolds, and they just every little offense. They were even getting on the people that ran.
Blue Sky eats their own. That's why they keep coming back to X, which is fucking annoying because I don't want to see these bitches on X. But
Sky. They said that they were making insensitive jokes, by posting memes. And it was like
you can't do anything over there.
No.
They will like dogpile you and try to chase you off. They're trying to it's like getting to be pure overly filtered. Like far left.
Yep.
No, I mean, I would argue that being totally unfiltered or mega filtered far right is just as bad. But it seems like any extreme is bad, but it does seem like over there, it's even the people that are insufferable.
Correct, Dempsey.
Are not
correct.
Insufferable enough for Blue Sky.
I know, right? So this is coming from Pew Research, and I said, yeah, a lot of journalists are going, but here, get this. They said 43% of the
journalists going to Blue Sky is hilarious to me because ain't nobody gonna read your fucking articles for a few reasons. One, they already agree with all the shit you're writing, so why would they click on it? But two, There's no one over there to click your articles, even if you wrote it. Like, journalists going to Blue Skies. If you are a journalist, let's say you a left-wing journalist. Let me rephrase that. Let's say you're retarded. You should be posting on X because your goal, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, or better yet, if you're a real journalist, you're actually impartial. We know that doesn't exist on either side. But if your goal as a journalist, aka a propagandist, is to get people to believe your fucking nonsense, you want to be posting that shit where the opposition is to maybe start ideologically capturing some new people. Like, there's a reason Donald Trump won in 2024. Why? Because so many people convert. Like, there's a lot of Democrats that vote for Trump. Not because they like Trump, but because they hate the Democrat Party that much, and Trump was getting exposed to him on Joe Rogan, and on Theo Vaughn, and on X. And so if you do want to propagandize, you're supposed to do it in the opposite sector so that you can get new folks into your regime. The journalists can't even propaganda properly.
News influencers on our sampling on Blue Sky included a majority of those who explicitly identified with the political left.
Oh, shocker.
Oh, my God. I can't
You don't
imagine.
say.
Can't imagine why. Yeah, Blue Sky adoption is concentrated on the left.
No. I never, ever, ever would have guessed that.
I love how Pew Research is like talking about, bro, I'm sure there's some fucking hillbillies in Appalachia living in a trailer accessing accessing this shit on their iPhone 7 or whatever. They could have told you this shit. You didn't need to spend millions of dollars. I don't know how much they spent on research, but point is, you didn't need to do any sort of research. Anyone could have told you this.
This is crazy.
So how much do they get for this? It's like, and guys, guess what? Water is wet.
So of the news influencers who joined Blue Sky,
yes, the party switch is a fabrication. I actually was gonna react to a video on that last week, but I didn't get around to it, so I was watching on my own. But I knew that already anyway.
Twitter accounts, or they have Blue Sky accounts. On the right, only 15% have a Blue Sky account.
Well, you're not allowed. They chase you off.
Yeah, right. But 87% are on X. Of the left, 69% of left-leaning news influencers have an account on Blue Sky as well. 75% on Twitter. So they're playing both sides, right?
Right.
So
They're still going to stay on Twitter. I don't see them leaving Twitter.
No clear political orientation. 47% and 83% on Twitter. So that's really interesting.
See, and you would think this goes against what I said earlier about the 51, 49, but this is specifically talking about like influencers and journalists and whatnot. And so yeah, it doesn't surprise me the numbers are lower for them.
And not at all surprising.
Twitter's also been around for a lot longer, so people probably just have legacy accounts on there. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. But I think what's going on is, I think, again, like Mark Hamill, I think he went over to Blue Sky, realized it was crazy. He doesn't post over there as much as he posts on X because he knows if he wants to vent, you go to Blue Sky. But if you want to actually get seen and get interaction, you got to go to X because nobody's over there. But I think quietly, though, I think Threads is going to sneak up on people. I don't think people are really paying attention to it because it is basically part of Instagram. But
Dude, Threads is literally going nowhere. Threads is all. If it weren't for the fact they didn't have that fucking Meta money, they would be gone. Wait, Threads is Meta, right? Yeah. Threads is Meta. So if it weren't for them having that Meta money, they'd be gone already.
Instagram is so weird. Instagram is incredibly popular, and a lot of people, like journalists and stuff, don't really think about it too much. But it's normies use Instagram, and they use Facebook, and they're using Threads now. So I think. But they're trying to police that too. Like I was over on Threads, and the showrunner of Grim and Mandy was talking about how bad things are in the animation industry, and said, "Yeah, Clownfish has been talking about." They're like, "How dare you talk about Clownfish?"
Oh yeah, I bullied them until they
bullied them until, and now he's got to GoFundMe and everything because he's not making enough money, and it's like, golly, gee willikers, it's almost like we were right about it.
Yeah, I know.
Very sad, but there we go, guys. Blue Sky, absolutely in decline. There's no way to sugarcoat this, and it's not just a one-off. It's not a fluke. It's been on a steady decline since March.
What up, Neon Earth?
Oh, I think now that it's not top of mind, they're not doing the campaigns to constantly act like it was the next big thing because that's what they kept doing. Oh, it's the next.
I cannot wait to good video by these guys. I'll drop it in the chat for you guys if you're curious. But I cannot wait to see how much money the Democrats put into advertising on Blue Sky because they're so retarded they don't even realize that those are all the people that were voting for them already anyway. You love to see it. What up, St. Hugo? How you doing? All right, so we got more information on this collective shout stuff. We were talking about the visa censorship. Now, this isn't about collective shout itself, but this is Japan strikes back against visa censorship after Steam removes hundreds of games for brand protection. So I've not seen this yet, but because the collective shout stuff has, like, I feel like this is a story that unless we keep talking about it, it's going to die, and it's a story that it is a very important story. I don't think it should die, but you guys know how the news cycle goes. Once something new happens, it's on to the next thing. So I am curious. This video is a couple days old, but I'm curious about Japan fighting back against the visa censorship.
You know how Visa has been censoring anime, manga, and games for the last few years? All in the name of brand protection?
By the way, I talked about this on Saturday Night Hypnosis. I think I talked about it on Neon Leon as well. Yeah, this happened like a year ago or so with manga. This is a big fucking deal with manga. Was Visa came in and shut down manga websites, distributors that were like, hey, because you host pornographic manga, we're not going to allow you to be on here. So this goes beyond video games.
Well, this individual here on the left is known as Yamada Taro, and you're probably wondering to yourself, how is he related whatsoever to the whole Visa drama and what's been going on with censorship? Well, this individual right here has been an active advocate for freedom of expression, anti-censorship, and has been very outspoken against credit card companies like Visa and MasterCard, and how these credit card companies and payment processors have been forcing Japan to censor itself, forcing businesses to close down shop if they don't censor themselves. He's been very outspoken, and he has been on manga offer sides, he's been on animator sides, he's basically pro-freedom of expression, so to speak. And why this...
Good. We need more of that. I have a video. It's in my recommended. It's in my personal recommended. I don't know if I'm gonna go over it on stream or not. I might. Apparently, Japan just had an election, and they're moving further to the right. Is my understanding, just based on the title, but I don't know since I haven't actually watched it yet. Maybe we'll go over it tomorrow on the lunch hour. I'm not sure, but yeah.
This is very important.
Had with OnlyFans years before. Yeah, that's true. Did have with OnlyFans. You're correct.
Yamada Taro was elected in Japan. He is an official representative, a part of Japan.
I mean, that's the sort of stuff I've been playing on my gaming channel. We did some Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time ROM hacks last week. I'll probably do a gaming stream, if not tonight, definitely tomorrow. Like, I saw this really interesting Doom ROM hack that was a Sonic the Hedgehog crossover with Metroid, but it's a Doom mod. Like, if I can find out a way to get that working, I'll probably play that tomorrow, or something in that vein. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Dempsey.
And actual government now, he has officially won, and it's a big day for basically those that love freedom of expression, and he has actively been in contact with other offers. For one, he has been in contact with Ken, aka the author of Love Hina. For those that don't know, Love Hina is a very iconic series that has legitimately gone on to...
No, not Doom Dark Ages, like OG Doom. All the best Doom mods are OG Doom.
Be an actual influence on pretty much the entire rom-com genre of manga and anime. It is a very influential series. But getting back into the main topic, Yamada Taro winning and actually getting elected is a massive victory, especially in the
absolutely, Dempsey, DM me. I've never done any Doom mods on the show, on the channel.
When it comes to Visa and MasterCard, forcing Japan to bow down and censor themselves. Now that he's officially been elected, he's officially gotten a little bit more power, there could be theoretically changes that can be made with time. Now that I've set the stage for why Yamada Taro is so important and why it's a huge victory for Japan for him to be elected, and because he's trying to be a big advocate for freedom of expression and anti-censorship, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is payment processors. What's been going on for the last few years, and what has happened just in the last few days. Some of you might already...
Hey, look at that! My boy Ramblings of a Filipino Nerd. I just realized that's who's... Dude, this is a great account. Like, I remember Ramblings of a Filipino Nerd is a very good account on X for calling out both sides and being, like, morally and philosophically consistent. I made a video criticizing Grums, and this dude slid into my DMs, and, yeah, we've had some pretty good conversations. I like the guy a lot.
be aware of this. For instance, if you actively have been following the conversation on
Oh,
social media,
the
you're probably
border's
aware of
cutting
this,
off,
but if
but
you're someone that strictly just watches YouTube
right
and
there.
you get most of your information like when it comes to Visa and MasterCard through me, then this is going to come as a surprise. So basically, as we all know, Visa and MasterCard has been forcing Japan for years now to basically censor manga content, anime content from different sites. Most of the time, it's adult content, aka fictional content, manga, and stuff like doujins and all that. They are completely censored. However, there has been manga that isn't necessarily strictly just 18+ content that has also been targeted by Visa and MasterCard on these different Japanese sites and stores, which has caused these entire sites and stores to shut down or completely remove that content to not.
Yeah, the amount of people that glossed over this story back when it dropped, like I said, this is like a year ago, maybe even more. I covered it on stream. I don't know if I did a full video on it, but I know I talked about it on stream multiple times. This story sort of came and went, and then people were acting all surprised about Collective Shout and what they're doing with Steam. It's like, guys, we've seen this play already. This was huge for the manga scene, which I guess maybe that's like a smaller target. Not maybe. That's definitely a smaller target audience than gaming. Gaming is worldwide. I say it all the time. It's the largest entertainment industry in the world. So like, okay, obviously it's going to be more noticed when it comes to gaming, but y'all gotta pay attention because this shit goes beyond gaming. It goes beyond manga as well. Again, when we did the Collective Shout deep dive video a couple days ago, it's in the makeup industry and the advertising industry, the whole nine. So yeah, it's just that's why this story cannot die. It goes well beyond nerd culture, but that could be a good basis, a good starting point for those of us that are invested in nerd culture.
Support them, which does affect the industry. It affects anime and manga. And the reason why this is so important is because these payment processors like Visa and MasterCard are a dual monopoly. They are a straight up monopoly. They have so much political backing.
It's also not just Visa and MasterCard. It's Discover, it's American Express, it's PayPal. It's not just those two.
They have so much money. They pretty much control the entirety of the world when it comes to
What
cash.
up, Jerry D?
They do, because
what up,
it
Kalika?
is the most common form of usage when it comes to payments. People will use a MasterCard. They will use a Visa card. It's a very standard way people use to buy goods throughout the entirety of the world. Now, there's a few exceptions. There's different companies depending on the country, like JCB, for instance, in Japan. But even they have been affected to some degree thanks to certain individuals, which I'll talk about in a moment. But to get right into it, basically, these payment processors have been actively censoring fictional content that is not real. But to add on to this and remind everybody, this is the same type of companies, for instance, like Visa, MasterCard, that actively allow OnlyFans to be a hotbed for actual PDF content. And they were called out for it. I've covered that already in previous videos.
So yeah, I knew about a lot of the censorship of OnlyFans, but I didn't look into it too terribly much because I don't give a shit about OnlyFans. So that doesn't surprise me that there's that sort of content on there. But thankfully, I wouldn't know about that because I'm not a fucking degenerate. Well, not that kind, at least.
You could probably go through my channel playlist on Chibi Topics, and you could find it for yourself.
I hope everything goes
But
well for you, Jerry. I really do.
You know, they have actively just ignored actual real-life issues on OnlyFans, but then they straight up will go out of their way to just try to censor Japan and get their entire culture to bow down to them. That's what they've been doing. So, with all of that being presented, we got to talk about what happened a few days ago. There is a group called Collective Shout that made themselves very well known a few days ago. And now the internet is starting to get word of what's been happening with these payment processors, aka Visa and MasterCard. There was even a Reddit post earlier today. For some reason it is now removed, but it also brought up the old article I discussed over a year ago.
That's probably why it was removed, because so this was going around as if it was new, and I brought this up on Neon Leon on Friday. This post was like massively viral on X. I don't know why it was removed on Reddit, but I assume it was removed on Reddit because it was posting this as if it was new information, and the article was from December of last year. So yeah, I covered this on Neon Leon on Friday. I actually covered that original article back in December of last year. So yeah, I would imagine that's why it was removed. Gamer Empress, yo, Warhammer, yo, Empress 40K, how you doing, girly? Truly appreciate the raid. You didn't need to do that. Thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate it, girly. Thank you very much.
Ago, where Visa's
40K
CEO
Empress
Japan
raid
said they were
base.
going to censor as much content as possible, all in the name of brand protection. And this article started making
Those y'all in my in my audience, if you haven't checked out 40K Empress, you don't watch her content, make sure, sub to her, watch her. Mods, one of my mods, Dempsey, if you'd be a darling and post her link in the chat, please, that would be amazing. Yeah, definitely drop her information in the chat and make sure people, show up, sub to her, the whole nine. That would be fantastic.
Waves earlier today on
Inkling, Yasto, how you doing?
Gaming subreddits, and a lot of people were talking about it. They were really shocked to actually see what was going on here. And I don't know why it was removed. Very questionable, because I do think it's very important to discuss. But this gets into the topic.
Well, I mean, here's why it was. Even if I'm being charitable when I say it was removed because they were posting this information as if it was new, when really it was from December of last year. Look, it's Reddit. It's Reddit. It was probably fucking removed because it goes against any sort of freedom of speech, freedom of choice, owning what, saying that you should own what you want to own. This dude is obviously, by the Western standards, right-leaning, and they want right-leaning content on Reddit. So yeah, thank you very much for dropping that link, Dempsey. Like, if I had to wager a guess, if it wasn't removed for being posted as, through the optics pretending it was new, because it's an 8-month-old article, it's because of a freedom of speech issue. Guys, 40K Empress link is in the chat. Make sure you go sub to her.
Collective Shout apparently contacted pretty much almost every single payment processor that they could, Visa, MasterCard, JCB, PayPal, everyone, to say, hey, this content is on Steam. Why are you allowing the purchase of this content on Steam? Now, if you take a look at this picture, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to watch this video, and they're not going to care for this content. They're going to say that's gross, that's creepy, that's weird, whatever.
Which it is. To be fair, it is. Here's the dealio. You ever going to catch a boy playing Incest Tales, Sister and Mom, or Sex Village, or Interactive Sex, Incest... Like, no, I ain't never going to play that shit. However, it's your fucking money and the content's legal. Do what the fuck you want. Ain't no good goddamn reason any of these homo-ass companies should be able to tell you what you could do with your money. Because you know what? It's rape and incest games today, it's rated R movies tomorrow, and it's fucking cabbage the next day. Like, if these corporations, I will continue beating this dead fucking horse, and maybe you guys are tired of it, because I've talked about it for multiple streams now, but I will continue beating this dead horse. If you lose the ability to purchase what you want to purchase that's completely legal with your money, you do not have freedom. If you do not get the choice to use your money the way you want to use your money, you do not have any semblance of freedom.
Have whatever opinion you want, okay? I'm not here to judge someone. What I'm going to say, however, if you actively allow someone to censor content, you open the door up for more censorship. For instance, it never stops at content you dislike. It continues.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Homie is straight up correct. I think this is only the second. What's this guy's name again? Chibi Reviews? Yeah, Chibi Reviews. So this is the second Chibi Reviews video I've ever reacted to on the show. This is the second Chibi Reviews video I've ever seen. I follow him on X. He's got great content on X, but I don't know much about his content. This is now the second Chibi Reviews video I've watched, and I agree with him 100%. It does not stop with what, because you know what? These losers here might not like rape and incest games, but you know what? What happens when it's just blood and gore? What happens when it's just blood and gore? All of a sudden, Resident Evil's gone, Doom's gone, Red Dead Redemption's gone, Mortal Kombat's gone. Bro, this is straight up just a reiteration of the Satanic Panic. Cancel Game of Thrones at this movement, right? Exactly, Dempsey, exactly.
To happen. Censorship is a slippery slope.
I'm gonna say it again. I see a lot of y'all in this chat being filthy grays. Make sure to get that green up in chat and become a member. Join the Discord. We have a lot of fun over there.
Once you go past a certain threshold, there's no coming back. And so, for instance, the reason why this is so important is because Collective Shout for the last 4 days now, I say 3 to 4 days, they have been jumping for joy in glee that they managed to get hundreds of Steam games taken off of the Steam store that all had taboo topics associated with.
Yes, Revalkyrie, that's exactly what I mean. You know what? We're gonna pause this for a moment because yeah, they've been jumping for joy. Meanwhile, people find out that whoopsie, looks like Collective Shout may have supported Cuties. Gamers are dredging up our support for Netflix film Cuties. Well, full fucking stop right there. Support for Cuties? You lost me. You absolutely lost me. And attempt to pay that says pro exploit. If you supported Cuties, Guess what? You pro-exploitation, you dumb bitch. As usual, they've missed the point or ignored it on purpose. No. Just say what it is. This isn't about the safety of women and girls. This is about fucking control. For those who didn't get past the headline, here's what we actually said. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Locked replies. What a shock. Cuties depicts the sexualization of girls, but it doesn't promote it. It absolutely goddamn does. You could try and make an argument. By the way, you would fail at this argument, but you could try and make an argument that the movie it attempts to show the horrors of that world, but no, it's a glorification. Why? Because they had over 500 real young girls come in front of the director and the behind-the-scenes folks making the movie to audition, and they were, again, these are young girls dressed in these slutty outfits, dancing in front of the director, and over 500, and they videotaped all these auditions. I could goddamn guarantee you they didn't burn that shit when it was all said and done. So no, it absolutely, just the filming process and the creation process of this movie promoted the sexualization of girls. Holds up a mirror to culture that grooms girls to believe their values and how sexy they appear. That's the same culture behind games, ads, and music videos we spent 15 years calling out. Get the fuck out of here. The film shows how girls are bombarded with hypersexualized messages. Dude, if you wanted to make something like this, you could have done it in any other fashion. You could have done it in the form of a fucking video game where no real young girls had to do. You could have done it in the form of an animation where you could have adults voice these characters. Like, you brought in actual underage girls and had them fucking dance for you. And you did on video, and you did for over 500 auditioning girls. You do not get to sit here and try and pretend that this was not some sort of weird, sick fetish pretending to be an art piece. But they go on to say, the same people attacking us now are defending games that literally allow players to simulate rape, incest, and child abuse. Guess what? Shit's fake. That shit's fake. You're defending shit that happened to real girls. Shit in the video games is fucking fake. Oh, what about these games glorify murder? Grand Theft Auto glorifies murder. Guess what? Just like we talked about in SNH, they got GTA taken off of store shelves, Kmart and Target. They got GTA taken out, GTA 5 taken out of Kmart and Target. Simulate rape, incest, and child abuse. Make it make sense. Well, for one, a lot of that shit that women into. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's women into this shit. Women into the choke me harder daddy shit. You don't hear dudes saying choke me harder. I mean, maybe there's some, but those dudes are freaks. We campaign against the content because it contributes to the very culture Cuties critiques. No, it doesn't. No. Cuties is not critiquing it. They're pretending to critique it while beating off to the fetishization of underage girls in these fucking outfits. And you know that's the case, you insipidous slag. This film made people uncomfortable. Good. It isn't the solution to ban a film that made you squirm, but you'll go to war over your right to play rape games. You've again missed the point entirely. No. First of all, I don't disagree with a film like this existing if it were not done with actual underage girls. Y'all remember when Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came out and Tobey Maguire and James Franco and what's her twat with the red hair were all in their fucking 30s playing high schoolers? Yeah, we knew they weren't actually high schoolers because they didn't look like fucking high schoolers. They were like 30-year-olds. But the movie did its job. It got the message across. They were 30-year-olds. You could have gotten 18, 19, 20-year-olds, whatever, to play these girls, and then in the story, them be young, and you know what? Critique the culture, whatever. No. You used, I absolutely agree on a ban for a film that actually exploits underage girls. Now, if you want to do this in an animated format, if you want to do this in a format that didn't use actual little girls, by all means. Make this. It's legal. It's for your own consumption. Go for it. But no. You'll go wager over your right to play games. These games are fucking fake. I don't know how to tell you this. No 15-year-old girls were filmed in their underwear. No 500 different 14 and 15, sometimes 12-year-old girls were filmed in their underwear dancing for a director in the making of these games, disgusting as they may be. Oh my god. Yes, parts of Cuties raise concern. As for Mel Tanker Reese, the one that's the leader of Collective Shout, she's a puppet like all the rest. A few minutes of inappropriate, ethically problematic filming bury the broader, urgent message. No. First of all, it's not a few minutes of inappropriate, ethically problematic filming. It was the entire back-end process of how this movie was being made. But even then, even if it was a few minutes, even if it was a few minutes of inappropriate, ethically problematic filming, that's a few minutes too many because these were underage girls, you sick fucks. Anyway, we can go back to the video. I just want to point out the Collective Shout is losing their collective fucking minds, going on tirades to defend cuties in the year 2025.
With them. At this current time, from my understanding, the coffin of Andy and Lele is not been removed yet, but it's only a matter of time until this group, Collective Shout, actually manages to accomplish that. So we need to ask ourselves...
Jerry sent one of his famous poems. A hero flies with angels in the sky. Hold on. It scrolled up on me. A hero flies with angels in the sky. Blue here on earth, a poet cries. A hero flies with angels in the sky blue. Here on earth, a poet cries, very true. Watching him waving up high above, a poet shows respect and love. Thank you, Ozzy, for many years with these poetic tears. No more tears. Ozzy said himself, no more tears. Bass poem, though.
Who is Collective Shout, and why do they have so much power? And well, as for the power segment, I have no idea why a feminist group from Australia has so much political pull.
Bullshit. Okay, look, Chibi reviews. Again, I don't know how well versed you are on the political side of things. Either you don't know, or you do know and you don't want to say it because of YouTube censorship and shit. Either way is kind of sad. Here's the reason. Collective Shout is just a puppet. Collective Shout is just a random feminist organization, which again, I don't even know if they call themselves a feminist organization, but that word's kind of lost all meaning because they kind of go against everything that modern feminists go against. It's very strange, but again, watch the video I did on that. We do a deep dive on it. It's a couple days old. I'm not going to get into that aspect of it. The point is, they are puppets. They almost all have ties in some way, shape, or form to the Australian government. And why they have ties to the Australian government? Because those are the people in control. Because that's what they want is control. There's no reason on God's green earth that a few fucking feminists should be able to petition a worldwide global payment processing financial institutions and get shit taken down off the internet, just stuff taken out of storefronts, the whole nine. Why are they able to do this? Because they are the puppets and there is a puppet master. Now, who's that puppet master? I don't know. Is it the World Economic Forum? Is it the Australian government? Is it the what's it called? The New World Order? Is it the United Nations? Is it the Jews? I don't fucking know. But there is absolutely somebody who is in control of Collective Shout. And if you guys agree with that sentiment, drop 5 gifted memberships. Let's go.
To get hundreds of games on Steam, not just removed from Australia, but worldwide. And it's a pretty big deal. That is an actual huge deal that this one group managed to accomplish something like that. And for a long time, for years, Steam is always seen as a bastion for freedom of expression.
Dempsey's right. It's white people. Them fucking white people. God damn it.
Allowing you to post basically anything you want. But now with something like this brings into question everything with Steam. And for those that are unaware, just a few days ago, Steam was forced to update their policies or enforce their policies a little bit more to be able to get rid of certain games on their platform that Collective Shout managed to get rid of. And they were bowing down to the payment processors like Visa and MasterCard and PayPal, which is very concerning that Steam was forced to do something like that. Once again, by these payment processors, our old friends, sarcasm obviously, coming back once again to force a massive Goliath like Steam to censor itself. Strange. And once again, the people behind this that caused this to happen was Collective Shout. So, there is speculation.
And again, Collective Shout has been doing this for years. Watch the deep dive video that I reacted to that Madam Savvy put out. It's like, Madam Savvy put out a 30-minute video. My video ends up being over an hour long. I get it, hours a long time. Put it on while you're fucking driving or something. I don't know. But this shit goes well beyond nerd culture and goes well beyond just recent events. They've been pulling this shit for years, since before 2012.
These are allegations right now, or speculation, that Collective Shout could also be a big part or responsible for some of the stuff that's been actively going on in Japan.
Look, you're right. It is speculation, Chibi, and I speculated the same thing, and I speculated the same thing, like, last fucking week. I speculated this on Saturday Night Hypnosis, this past Saturday. I may have done so on Neon Leon on Friday. I would not be surprised in the size. In fact, I would stake money on the idea that Collective Shout was absolutely, if not responsible for, at least responsible in part for the manga payment processor censorship we saw in Japan last year.
Or at least when it comes to censorship of anime and manga. Now, once again, there is no concrete evidence to back this yet, but people are digging, people are searching through this and trying to figure out anything they can, because the internet now, they know who Collective Shout is. For instance, they know they're here. They were jumping for joy the fact that hundreds of games got removed, and it's only a matter of time until something is officially discovered. I am very curious why not a lot of content creators are talking about this. This is an incredibly important topic. Like,
I don't know if there are or aren't a lot of content creators talking about this. Obviously, I'm talking about it. I've talked about it at length for the past week. I know that Hypno's talked about it. Obviously, Chibi is talking about it. Atreus talked about it. I don't know if it's just content creators in Chibi's circle aren't talking about it. Or, I mean, Savvy's video did fine. You know, did at the time I reacted to it, it hadn't even done 10,000 views at the time. I don't want to get conspiratorial and say that YouTube is censoring the story. I don't think that's the case. I just don't think it's a big enough story, so I don't think a lot of people are clicking on the videos. I don't think people, I don't know, it's the thumbnails aren't resonating with people because what's this fucking logo? Collective Shout? Nobody knows what it is. Looks like a cat's asshole. Nobody really knows the Collective Shout story because it's not been blown up enough. We see the individuals from Collective Shout posting ridiculous shit on X, like this right here. Like, people on X are seeing these, but since it's just these random, accounts that seem to be just regular dumbass feminist accounts, I don't know if the majority of people are putting two and two together that it's coming from Collective Shout. So yeah, I could be wrong. I'm just speculating, but like the reason there aren't a lot of people talking about it is these videos, to my knowledge, as a whole, aren't doing well. And I mean, content creators got to content create. They got to make money doing this shit. And even though it is an important story, if people aren't clicking on the videos or watching the videos, then I mean, it's kind of a rock and a hard place situation. But I'm going to keep talking about it as long as there's something to talk about. I ain't letting this fucking story die.
The fact that Steam bowed down to credit card companies to censor gaming on their platform is a pretty big deal. That's not even talking about the stuff with anime and manga. Like, just strictly Steam alone is a massive talking point. Like, let's be honest, it's strange.
They absolutely did cost
Not
women
many
jobs,
people- I think
Genty
the only
Maxi.
person
They
I've
absolutely
seen
did.
talk about this at this point is Mutahar. And I haven't watched his full video on that yet, but I know he discussed this, and I know Asmongold made a reply to the duo monopoly of these payment processors. Forgive me, need some water. But I know he made.
Guys, it's bothering me. It's duopoly, not duo monopoly. Duopoly, and it's more than a duopoly, to be fair. That's why it's not a monopoly, is because you do have Discover, you do have Amex, you do have PayPal. Oh, I think PayPal runs their stuff through Visa and MasterCard. I could be wrong about that. But the point is, unfortunately, it's not a monopoly. However, all these financial institutions are in lockstep with one another, so it may as well be. It's not a monopoly on paper.
I don't know if he's made a dedicated video on that yet. So I'm just curious, like, why not more people are talking about this, because it's a huge story. It is. And I feel like it's scary, because we are entering into an area where a lot of content, not just like anime and manga, but even Steam, is about to get really censored heavily. So we'll see where this goes, but I'm just going to bring it up once again. Just because you don't like certain content, and you will never play it, watch it, or whatever, doesn't mean that it should be removed from, like, the Steam store. Because once you allow that to happen, it's a slippery slope. More stuff's going to start getting censored. I'll leave it at that. But thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about, Yamada Taro and how he got elected, to the whole Visa stuff and MasterCard and then the Steam store censorship. I wanted to get all into this. But thank you so much. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.
Yeah, that was a, whoops, let's hit the back button real quick. That was a good video. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in the chat for you guys real quick. There we go. Drop this in the chat for you guys. If you like this, absolutely subscribe not only to Chibi, but also myself. You know, we're a nerdy news channel. We cover nerdy news nearly every day. And yeah, no, this is a good one. I pretty much got all my thoughts on this out while the reaction was going. We can't let this story die. This is what's going on is diabolical. It is egregious to the highest levels because I cannot stress this enough. Sure, it's adult manga last year, and now it's adult video games this year. What's it going to be next year, and the year after that, and how far are they going to get this shit pushed? They come for radar movies that they got too much blood in them, no Deadpool 4. And who's to say what is after that? Then next thing you know, you can't be swiping your fucking Visa card or MasterCard at McDonald's because they've taken away fatty foods. This is the shit that actively needs to be fought against because it's not a slippery slope. It is a drop off a cliff. These are my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button, and it's all here in the Nerdosphere. And just in case we clipped that was for a video. We're not going anywhere quite yet, although it is, the stream is almost over. I had 2 more videos, however, we don't really have the time for them, unfortunately. So, let's see. I guess what we can do is just for the next, 13 minutes or so, I'll rap with you guys and just see what everyone's up to. Let me, in the meantime, in the interim, figure out who we gonna be raiding. Alright, give me one moment here. Oh, shit. My VShojo video popping off? Alright, nice. You love to see it. I didn't even know. I haven't checked on it since it uploaded a couple of hours ago. Anyway, sorry guys. My analytics came up on the back end because I'm gonna set up the raid real quick. But no, I'll take questions, comments, concerns, whatever you guys want to talk about for the last 10 to 12 minutes or so. Yo, Nick, you absolute legend. The plot strikes back. Mods. You know what? I can actually I can do this one. Let me set up the raid, and then we will get Nick his clip. Give me one moment here. All right, let's. Who are we gonna raid when we out of here in 10 minutes? All right, last time we tried to raid the Common Nerd, it didn't work out. So you know what? Let's see, Tomby, Yarnwich, Stupenzo. You know what? I've never raided Stupenzo because we're never really live at the same time. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set the raid up for Stupenzo, and when the stream ends in 10 minutes, it'll go over to him. Alrighty, Nick coming in hot with the Words of Paradise gifties, the Vital Idol gifties. Yo, if you got gifted a membership and you ain't in the Discord, join the Discord. It is in the community tab of my here. Let me show you guys how you can get to the Discord. If you are a member and you are not part of the Discord, what you do is you go right up in here to YouTube. I'm gonna need to zoom out a little bit. You go to YouTube. You're gonna go to my channel, and you go to, where is it? Posts. And from posts, I might need to update the link because I believe it's only good for 7 days. But like, you just click this link right here, and if this link isn't updated, I'll get an updated one. And bingo, bango, bongo, you join the Discord. You don't even have to maintain your membership. It's a one-time deal. You become a member once, you got the Discord for life, son. Mike Lee the Pruist. Oh, right. Let's get Nick his clip. You know what? Since we're nearing the end of the show, we'll give you that long clip. You dude, 5 gifties, you get the long clip.
Horse semen's great.
I'm digging horsecock.
Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay. Ooh, as I keep more.
My favorite stallion I keep in my top drawer kinda goes hard though.
'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock and eat horse.
I don't know how we're going to ever top horsecock.
Alright, well that was fun. You said Enzo's video is a premiere. Well, let me see when it's premiering, and depending on when it's premiering, if not, I'll set the rate up for something else. Because if we can get him some good, oh yeah, it's a premiere, that's fine. It's a long video, that's a-okay. It'll get views on it, that's fine, that's good. I appreciate you letting me know it's a premiere, but since it is live right now, we'll give him some views, it'll be good. Alright, 45 of you guys still watching. Let's see. Leon, look into a group allied with Collective Shout called, is that NCOSE? Incos? This is a rabbit hole. Am I reading that properly? NCOSE? Sorry, the C and the O were together, so I couldn't tell it was noose. N-O-O-S. All right. DM that to me. If you're in the Discord, like, tag me in the Discord or something like that, because I won't lie. I'm not going to remember that offhand. And once the stream wraps in about 10 minutes, I got real life shit to do. So, but yeah, DM that to me. I will look into it further, and we can see about getting a video done on that. That could be very interesting. Yeah, I'm just letting you know, I won't remember that, unfortunately. You think about doing a video on the feral people in Appalachia, Leon? Is there a story in regards to that? What do you mean the like? You just mean people from Appalachia in general. I mean, that's where my family's from. Like, I was one of the first ones not born in Appalachia, but like, that's where my family's from. So, yeah, I can confirm they are absolutely feral motherfuckers up there. But if you're referring to like some actual story, I don't know what you're referring to. So for you guys that don't know, if you want me to react to videos on these streams, I've got a react request channel. If there's any stories you think are interesting that I should cover in a video, or articles to bring up on streams, there is a there's a topic suggestion tab in the Discord. So anything you guys want me to cover, or think could be interesting, whether they be for videos or streams, there are places for those recommendations in the Discord. Like, the Discord's for multiple things, not just, you know, hanging out and talking movies and comic books and general shit talk and video games. There's tabs for Tinful of Hater conspiracy theory reactions, like what you want us to cover on Tinful of Haters. React request sections for videos. That's where I pull a lot of these from. I didn't get to the Hellraiser trailer today, unfortunately. That's in the react request channel. I will get to that when we do the stream tomorrow. Because for those of you that don't know, again, turn on notifications, man. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, because YouTube sucks with this shit. But I now stream daily, and on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we do these streams at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we usually go for about 2 hours. Sometimes we'll go longer if there's need for it. I can't go longer today because, like I said, I got real life shit to do. But, dude, there'll be times where, like, we'll go 3, 4, 5 hours. Just sort of depends. So yeah, absolutely. Make sure you got notifications turned on. Make sure you like the stream, things to that effect, because it does drive engagement. Make sure it pops up in your algorithm. How about things like this? Superheated gold withstands entropy catastrophe. New method challenges established physics. I mean, I would absolutely go over something like that. If I would go over something like that if it's a video. If it's an article, while I find that interesting, I don't know if a lot of folk would. I'd like pre-screen it. But if there's a video to go along with it and there's visuals that people can track, I would definitely react to a video like that. I love reacting to science-based videos. We've done a lot of science and education-based videos on this channel. If it's an article, if it's something I think I can make interesting, I would react to. I would go over it. That's definitely more something I would do live as opposed to do a video on, because a video on that doesn't really match the sort of content I do, so it just wouldn't work well algorithmically. But and that's why I prefer doing a lot of this shit live, because what I do live oftentimes isn't stuff I would do for a video, or I don't think I could do for a video and it perform well. But if you guys are here watching live, maybe it'll be interesting. Like the thumbnails and the titles and whatnot always have something that'll catch the algorithm, but then there's going to be stuff within that that we move on to. Like, let's say we talk about, video games for the first reaction or whatnot. But then the next reaction, we're going to talk about something educational or science-based, because you guys are here, you're watching, you're invested, things like that. You watching SummerSlam next weekend, Leon? I try and catch all the pay-per-views. However, a lot of them are also at times when I'm streaming, when I'm on Saturday Night Hypnosis. So it depends on what time Saturday Night Hypnosis is compared to what time SummerSlam is. Time zones be a bitch. But yeah, I would like to watch SummerSlam. I mean, dude, I took the WrestleMania off. I took WrestleMania off for I took Saturday Night Hypnosis off so I could watch WrestleMania with my boy, Paul Byers. You guys have seen Paul Byers in the chat. He the IRL bestie. And yeah, we're WWE buddies. We watch every pay-per-view together, but or at least we try to watch every pay-per-view together. But if I'm streaming gotta come first, because your boy gotta make that money, son. Like let's be real, like your boy gotta make that money. So any time away from streaming or away from making videos is me not getting paid. So yeah, that's unfortunately gotta come first. But as long as I was within the time slot that I can watch it, I would love to watch SummerSlam. Like I said, I try and watch every pay-per-view. Just seeing a link to the Vile website and a Discord message. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. I will check that later tonight when I'm prepping for tomorrow's show, because I usually build these shows a night in advance, which is unfortunate because if something like breaking happens that day or that morning and I don't catch it, it's not being done on stream because, like I said, I prep everything. I'm kind of a day behind, but you know what? That's fine because that gives time for new information to come out and to parse through it and see what's worth it. There was going to be more on the Iron Mouse situation, but honestly, I have a video on that. For those of you that don't know, videos come out at 12 p.m. Central Time. So like an hour before I go live. I've got a video on the VShojo situation, which if you aren't familiar with that or don't follow VTubers, it's still really interesting from a fuck the corporate media sort of thing. Just independent artists getting to do independent artist shit, charity scandals. So like you don't even really have to understand or be invested in VTube culture to find the couple of VTube videos I've released potentially interesting. So yeah, after the stream's over, if you guys ain't seen that, again, we're going to raid into Enzo's premiere. But if you ain't seen that, definitely go back and watch that. And, yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I'm kind of tired, starting to feel better. So much. Good. Glad to hear that, Piranha Pouts. Let's see. I do enjoy long-form video essays. Article could be interesting. The problem with reacting to video essays is they are so long. I would have to do, like, one stream breaking down an entire video essay, and I don't know how much you guys would want to see like a 6-hour stream breaking down a 2-hour video. Maybe you would. I don't know. Let me know. If that's the sort of things you guys want to see, let me know in the Discord. Let me know on X. But I'm going to bounce out of here. Stream's about over. Let's let the outro play out, and then we're going to raid right into Enzo. Make sure you hop in that. Don't go anywhere. I see there's still 42 y'all watching. Let's give Enzo a big turnout. Make sure to drop in the premiere chat, Vital Idol Raid, and I'm going to play you out. It's all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.
On the mic from Leo's Paradise, random stream drop like a Dragon Ball fight. No lie, plan stream stacking up, but here's a twist in time. Freestyling on the deck like Luffy's punchlines. Up the channels faster than Zoro sword swings. Gaming pop culture, it's the chaos he brings. Talking movie reboots, superhero hype. Hondo passing the mic, now Bishop's in sight.
Cutting flip screen, frame by frame, I align. Laying bass lines heavy, keep the rhythm divine. Dropping 5 videos, can't keep up with the pace. Pass the mic back, Leo's leading the chase.
Off the rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leon's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
Just a freestyle rhyme. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.